Everyone's talking about
voice AI,
voice assistants,
AI voice calling
can replace me.
voice AI technology that is really just getting started.
There are going to be billions of different AI agents.
They are a very important part of bringing this forward.
Aware voice agents.
Voice API.
voice API
Voice assistant.
Voice API.
So what I've done here is I've added code so that I can change the agent up just a bit. First thing we want to look at is this define agent here. So here I've changed the console log, and then I've added a try catch block here. Now, what is the reason for this try catch block? Well, I want to go ahead and attempt to connect to the MongoDB service, and that's activating the database with a few methods that I've created. We're still using await context connect here. We're still logging, waiting for a participant. We're still activating that participant by utilizing await context.wait for participant, and we're invoking that method. And then we're going to console log the participant's identity. Now, before this was just called model. Here it's called model config. We're giving it a voice, modalities. Now, it doesn't matter which order we put this in. This could be at the top, this could be at the bottom. But as long as you have these 4 properties, you're good to go. So here, modalities, text and audio, as before. I've given it 4.0 mini this time instead of just real time. Instructions: you are Sabrina, a helpful assistant focused on managing journal entries and calendar events. Always use New York America time for calendar events and journal entries. Checking the current time unless instructed otherwise. Schedule calendar events in 15-minute increments from the current time. If a user shares something important, create a journal entry automatically summarizing it. If user says stop talking, say I will stop talking now. Do not say anything else unless the user asks you a question and you need to respond. Ask them if you may speak now, then summarize what they said succinctly. Now, the reason why I added that, it may seem like super bossy, but really sometimes the AI agent will interrupt you, or you're saying something and it continues to talk. It's just so that you have more control over the conversation, or rather your users. Now here I am using model, and I'm pretty much activating this OpenAI package that we've imported at the top there. And let's just look for that import. Okay, so we have that here. Okay, awesome. So we're activating that now, and we're passing it that model config. Awesome. Now, at this point, we're going to create the agent like we saw before. We're using the new multimodal, and we're passing in that model as well as the function context. Now, before we had predefined the function context as a variable. Here, I'm putting it directly. It doesn't matter which one you do. I've got the ability to create the current time. So think of that as a superpower. It's going to go ahead and get the current time utilizing native JavaScript. We're going to go ahead and give it the ability to create a journal entry. We're going to give it the ability to list journal entries, give it the ability to get a specific journal entry by ID, and we're also going to give it the ability to update a journal entry. So lastly, we want it to be able to delete a journal entry. Now, the reason why we have this is because we want it to be able to do all the CRUD actions for this collection in our database called journal entries. So we're able to create resources, create journal entries. We're able to read journal entries, right? Get a specific one, maybe get all of them from the list, and so on. So let's just make sure we have this. Now, this is very important because if you want to read a specific one, well, it's going to need an ID. And if it's utilizing an ID here, then probably going to list all these, because it's not like you're going to remember the ID in your head, right? So you want it to list all IDs and then go ahead and specify the particular journal entry. Or you can check whatever UI you've done on the front end, as long as it has access to the MongoDB database. So what we've done for journal entry, I've literally done the same thing for calendar events. So we can create a new calendar event. We've got execute here. So description, awesome. Parameters, basically what's expected from the user. Well, the user has to have some type of title, description, start time, end time, location. Is it going to be reoccurring? Well, we'll default that as no, it's not reoccurring. And then execute. So this is the function that actually activates after the model essentially extracts all of that. What is it going to do with that information? Well, this is the function that controls that. Execute takes an asynchronous function. We give it all of those parameters there. And then we go ahead and have it invoke this code block here. So take the event ID, utilize the MongoDB service that we created, and that's just going to pass in all those variables in there. Now, I did create a separate function called ensure string response. You could have just used response.text, but essentially I want to make sure that we're always utilizing text at the end, and that's why I'm using that, so that I don't have to repeat myself all the time. But you can just use response.text. It's up to you. Now, I do have a try catch block there. I could have just thrown an error, but what I did is console.log an error so that it still shows up as text, and I've returned ensure string response in case there is an error. So notice that I'm using that twice. Now, again, this is just me going above and beyond. You can just use response.text as you saw in the previous video, and you'll be absolutely fine. Now, I've given it the ability to list calendar events, the ability to update calendar events, the ability to delete calendar events. And here, as you saw before, we're creating a session where we're passing in that context.room as an argument, as well as participant. We're then utilizing the then, which is the same as kind of a wait, but we're making sure that this happens only after this is completely done. And here, this stands for session, but we're just putting S in this case. And we're making sure that we're using this type assertion. We want it to be exactly this type. Awesome. Now here we have session.on, which means anytime there's an error, go ahead and console.log that error to me so that I can see what's going on. So we're just doing standard event handling. You don't need this, but I'm just including it just in case there are any errors that I want to see. You can go ahead and copy that and add it to your code base, or if you want it to be a very slim code base, you can leave that out. Here, we're going to go ahead and activate that session. Here, I have it saying, hello, I'm your assistant for managing journal entries and calendar events. How may I help you today? I'm going to go ahead and change that to assistant. I just noticed that now. And we should be fine. Okay. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and activate this response. Awesome. And at this point, we do have a catch block because I want you to remember that all of this happening here was in this one try block. Okay. So we have a finally here, so we can always close that service and we don't just leave it open. Here we have a catch in case there's any errors. And just like before, at the very end, we want to utilize that CLI import that we had. Where is that? Here. And we're going to give it an argument, new worker options, which is also above there. That also takes in an object, and we're going to give it agent colon file URL to path and import.meta.url. So there's the setup there. I do have a class that I created so that I didn't have to do all of the function calling one by one, where I'm connecting to the MongoDB database and then fetching the entries. If you want to go ahead and take a look there, we can go over that, but you can just make your database however you want. You don't have to make a complete replica of this, but essentially it's just a service that I created, which allows you to get journal entries, get calendar events, and a few other things in this class, so I didn't have to repeat myself. So this is how I'm utilizing this in the function calling. Now I could go over this, but it may make the video a lot longer, and I want you guys to be able to just deploy this quickly. So if you want any specifics, go and take my advanced course and I'll go over how to actually build this from scratch. All right, so now that we're completely done with this, we now want to go ahead and cover the Docker file, and then we're going to go ahead and deploy. Now, iAssist isn't just a regular AI assistant. We're talking about a voice-powered AI assistant that allows users to create journal entries, manage tasks, create calendar events, and a whole array of other things. Here, we have a simple dashboard that'll allow you to access different parts of the application. If we click on the Assistant button, then we can watch the magic happen. As I click on Call Assistant, I can now see...
Would you like me to help with anything specific?
Yes, I'm actually creating a video to show off what iAssist can do. We're talking about a voice-powered AI assistant. Can you explain how can I go about this?
To create a compelling video showcasing what iAssist can do, here's a step-by-step approach. Outline key features. Highlight the main functionalities of iAssist, such as managing calendar events, creating journal entries, updating tasks, and setting goals. Demonstrate voice interaction. Show how users can interact with iAssist using voice commands. This will demonstrate the hands-free convenience. Show real-life scenarios. Create examples like scheduling a meeting, setting a reminder, or organizing tasks to illustrate how iAssist can improve productivity. 4. Emphasize convenience. Show how the assistant can help save time and streamline daily tasks. 5. Include testimonials. If possible, add user feedback or testimonials to build trust and credibility. Would you like to discuss any of these steps in more detail?
That was awesome. Can you go ahead and create a journal entry for me so that I can know exactly what you just told me?
A journal entry has been created summarizing your tasks. Would you like me to start scheduling these tasks for you now?
Yeah, go ahead and schedule each of those tasks in my Kanban.
It looks like there are no existing tasks in your Kanban at the moment. Would you like to create new Kanban tasks based on the video creation steps?
Absolutely. Go ahead and create those tasks.
All the tasks for your video project have been created in your Kanban. If you need further assistance or want to update any task, just let me know.
Amazing. Now, I want you to go ahead and create a goal for me to edit a video that showcases everything that iAssist can do.
Your goal to edit a video showcasing everything that iAssist can do has been successfully created. If you need any more help with this goal or anything else, please let me know.
That is amazing. Now, I want to go ahead and schedule a calendar event for today at 8 p.m. so that I can go ahead and upload the video that I put together.
Your calendar event titled Upload Video has been successfully scheduled for today at 8 p.m. If there's anything else you need, just let me know.
Thanks so much. You've been so much of a help today.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help.
Amazing. Well, there you have it, folks. That is iAssist. And guess what?